All right, what's up, folks? Welcome to Foreign and Domestic. It is good to be here, and we are live from the bar. Welcome, everybody. Good to be here. Good to see everyone out there. And if you guys don't know what this is, watch for an upcoming video, but you will see what's going on here.
That's
With
awesome.
that being said, we are going to throw it over to Steve to start us off right. Welcome here, man. Start us
Thank
off
you.
right, what, sir?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, with liberty and justice for all. Lock and load.
Thank you.
Pretty good. Only missed one word there, Steve.
Damn it, I knew I was
Not
going.
bad. Not bad.
Everyone
See,
always does. It's okay.
if I was going to miss one word, that would be the one to miss.
At least I didn't leave.
You didn't. That's right.
Just
You
saying.
made it good. And you took your time with it too. I like that. All right, what's going on, brother?
Been one hell of a week for me. It's been a very, very painful week. But according to what YouTube says, Big Al out there causing problems for Gunpowder Beauty, and we got Georgia Trapping and Fishing, Ozzy Osbourne reloading from the hot pot, Tactical Fud, that bearded guy, 10 Man, trees are blowing. Good to see people jumping in right already tonight. Gonna end up having a good show. It's gonna be a really, really good show.
Absolutely. Steve, what's going on, dude? We haven't talked to you in a long time. What's going on, brother, man?
Just working on the house, trying to get prepared to put it on the market so I can escape and get a little bit further away from the city and go up north, dig a hole, and pull the covers in. I don't like the political atmosphere of the country right now, and it's starting to scare the crap out of me. Anybody else share that?
I'm not afraid of it at all. They should be afraid of what they're doing.
Absolutely. Tactical Fud, what's up? There's a lot of my favorite channels out there. So I just got done drywalling. If you see any dust on me, it's not cocoa powder. It's drywall dust. I swear.
You gotta love that stuff.
It's what's for dinner.
It's tasty, right? Jamie, what's going on, man?
Well, had a big day yesterday doing some training in CMA and just working on guns. And, this is the thing, guys. You got to be careful. If you fix a gun for a friend, he tells two people and they tell two people. And you don't even have any training at all. You just get in there and mess with your stuff. That's all you know. And so I've got a Rossi Rio Grande 4570 lever gun fixed and ready to go back to the assault rifle owner. And he, hey, Gunpowder Beauty, glad you're out there. And he was on his motorcycle yesterday and couldn't take it home. So I get to keep it. Therefore, I get to make a video about it. So that's going to be fun. And got a double barrel shotgun Stevens. I think I would wish that Steve and I could kind of piggyback off each other on. Mine's going to be completely refinished, Steve.
Really? Mine's going to be totally rebuilt. It's in parts. It is the barrels are so nasty. One of the ribs came off and it's just full of rotten deterioration. So I'm going to have to put it in the boiling water and restore it and go from the ground up.
Wow. I'm not doing all that.
I got it for free. It's something I always wanted, and I've never purchased purchased a double barrel. So, nothing but time.
A side by side.
Yep. Well,
So
isn't
when you
that the
say,
only way to go?
well, yes, but a lot of folks, you say double barrel, they think over and under these days.
Yeah, it's no girly, uptown $4,000 bird hunting, quail shooting. Nope, it's a good old double barrel. Old school, put it that way.
Cupcakes and ammo, not one or the other. Yeah, pretty demanding.
She's got
Right.
standards, man. Standards. I don't blame her.
I got cupcakes, I got ammo, and a 44 mag I'd let you, play with. Just saying.
I used to know this lady, and her motto of life was, "I can be cheap or I can be easy, just not both at the same time."
Hello? Oh, gunpowder, you called immediately. How you doing? All right, see you in a few.
So, are y'all really judging me for the fact that I like cupcakes and ammo?
No, I'm saying you're just demanding.
Oh, well, I mean, of course, I'm a woman. We're always demanding. I thought you knew this by now.
That might be his problem, gunpowder.
Oh, well, I think you're onto something there. I think you're onto something. Bless his heart, though. Bless his heart.
I just said you got standards, so
And I really like this shirt, but I'll be back. I'm just not comfortable. I'm not warm enough.
I really like this hoodie too, but I got something else. I gotta hang on. I'll be right back to you. Y'all keep the show going.
I didn't get the memo. We're going to change clothes 15 minutes in.
I'll do it
I
on
didn't
camera.
know
How
that
about
they were
you?
going to take their shirts off. I hope it's just a men only thing because I'm not taking my shirt off, okay?
I love that accent. My gosh, she sounds like she could live next door.
Hey, if they've got a house available, we could be neighbors. I'm just saying.
I found two of them, Jamie. Same accent. One's a little higher pitch than the other.
You did. Oh my gosh. I really love her. She sounds like such a sweetheart.
See?
Me and her, we should definitely be friends.
Right on my chat. Yep. Good for viewing.
It really was. I really enjoyed that night. It was awesome.
There's
It's
Andy
nice.
79Z28 just popped in. Dude, I didn't get to leave a comment, but I was the first one to watch your video on brass trimming. I got to get me one of those little handle thingies.
That's a pretty good damn shirt.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Awesome.
Best shirt I can be like Ed.
There's a conspiracy afloat.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to welcome you all to the shit show.
But
I hate symbols. Not symbol.
It's a really comfortable hoodie, though. I'll tell you that. It is really comfortable.
Andy, I'll get over there and leave a comment after we're done here.
Well, I feel kind of funny wearing my urban camouflage.
My shirt just says size matters.
Ouch.
It goes from 50 BMG all the way down to 22. Don't take it the wrong way.
Got the shirt.
It's always funny how they always start with size matters, but then don't take it the wrong way.
I mean, sometimes when people say size matters, other people get offended. It's not like I'm saying 45 ACP is the better of the rounds, but I'm thinking it, but I didn't say it.
Well,
It's
just
not 10
look at it.
millimeter is.
Look at it as a quick way to weed out the herd.
Listen, okay, I have to up my standards a little bit. If you have a 1911 and 45 ACP, I will also jump in the van for that.
What about a 1911 and 10 millimeter?
No, thank you. Well, no, I take that back. It's 1911. You really can't go wrong with 1911s. They're just so damn gorgeous.
It's just as comfortable too.
Even a 9mm.
Listen, my daughter needs a gun. It'll be fine. 44 mag is, my next one that I really want. But since my husband's not here, I can say that I did say I wouldn't ask him for one since he got me this beautiful fur missile that is a German Shepherd, but she doesn't really take to me. She's trying to steal my husband, but whatever.
Well,
You can't go wrong with 44 mag, so.
You really can't. They're so freaking gorgeous, man.
They're awesome.
That's your selling point, Gunpowder.
Actually,
that dog was supposed to be mine. She turned out to be yours, so I need a 44 mag.
Well, my next deal is that since he has the German Shepherd, I get the Cane Corso.
Oh,
and
alrighty
Scotsman,
then.
I would have to disagree with you. There is one way you can go very wrong with a 44 Magnum. It's being on the wrong end of it.
Yeah, that's very true. That is very true.
That's called you made some bad life decisions. That's what that is.
Absolutely. Right, Big Al?
So Steve, tell everyone what you've been up to, man. What's been going on with you? You been doing any tournaments, any balls or anything? What's been going on?
Did you say me or Alan?
You.
Oh, yeah, I got a project on the lathe right now. I'm trying to finish up the video, but I hit a little rot problem, so I'm going to have to reconfigure a little bit. It'll all be on video whenever I get around to it. Kind of busy shoveling 9 inches of snow yesterday. We got dumped on. But mainly just trying to fix up the house because spring is a-coming. I want to move this early, late spring, early summer. I want to be on the road, which I'm not looking forward to the actual move, the whole truckloading and all that crap. Ugh. But it is what it is. If you want happiness, cost a little bit. And unfortunately, all my reloading stuff's packed away, ready to go. Speaking of primers, I popped in the Bass Pro Shop the other day, and holy shit, are they gouging.
That's what I've been hearing.
Bad. But I seen a pretty good price at Sportsman's Warehouse.
What's Bass Pro going on?
They don't have them by the 1,000. They're limiting you to 200 packs a day or a trip. So take a partner with you. But they're still at $5 and something. So that's not too awful. Big Al, is there any wood out by him? Do you guys have mesquite, or is that further south? I'm trying to think of some western woods. Oh,
Big Al's in Oklahoma.
Oh, okay. He just threw me off. He said he's going to Academy in Texas tomorrow.
I don't know. Going anywhere and trying to buy wood is starting to take a chunk out of my pocketbook. I sat there and went and got a price for cedar planks. I want to line the closets
Ooh,
in that. So that way you don't have moths and silverfish and whatever else. It kind of helps ward off stuff like that. And I just love the smell of cedar. And Tardot told me that I need to not be so damn expensive. And I was like,
they do make a cedar laminated product that's a little lower in money.
yeah, but it doesn't have the nice cedar smell. And I don't know that
It does.
it does.
Yeah, I've installed it before.
Ooh. I'm going to have to get with you and look at that because that is going to be awesome.
Right. But it's got the look, it's got the smell, and it's used to be a lot cheaper than solid cedar.
Yeah, I mean, if I can make it a fraction of the cost, Tardot would greatly appreciate it. I might get a new firearm if I sat there and saved him some money.
You know, I could turn you a couple sets of cedar balls that you could put in a net bag and hang in your closet.
Sorry. It just turned cedar balls.
I pitched it to you. It's up to you where you want to go with it.
I will totally take cedar balls. A girl could never have too many balls in her life.
She took it.
You gonna make them nice and smooth though, or
No, they'll have a little texture.
Are they going to be banging together?
Yeah, you got to tell that you're actually touching something. A couple different sizes, you know. So how's that 10 millimeter running there, Alan?
the latest, the X10 is running phenomenal. I can vary the I'm running blue dot in my loads, and I can vary that wildly, and it loves it all.
Cool.
I haven't gotten it down to a point yet where it's not cycling. So I'm kind of trickling down just a little bit, just to see if I can create a light load, just to see where it does stall, and then kick it up a couple of notches from there, just for people that aren't used to 10 millimeter. If I'm gonna hand it off to them,
Right.
most of the time I'm gonna tell them, hey, these are my low recoil loads, but
right.
But most of the time I'm going full power anyway, because it handles like a damn dream. It handles great, and haven't had a single flaw with the streamlight that's on it. The holster that ended up showing up at my house because of some damn weasel, the the Romeo 1 on it. It's been a real nice piece. Nice piece.
Yeah, I haven't shot mine enough yet to come up with a load or a decision. If I love the gun, and I have had no defects with, no ill effects with factory ammo, but I haven't shot it enough to determine whether it's accurate yet or not. So working on it.
I've run a number of different factory loads through it, quite a different bit of manufacturers, and haven't had a problem with anything yet.
Right on.
I've run some flat nose stuff all the way to the critical defense, which is just like my go-to self-protection round.
Right.
Yeah, and it's been doing great. Absolutely wonderful.
You can load some with Trail Boss. See how that works for you.
If I can come up with some, yeah. If I can come up with some, I would do that.
I want some 2400.
Jamie, come on, man. What do you call Trail Boss? Be honest with Alan. What do you call Trail Boss?
I can't say that live and in living color.
Everybody has their go-to.
See, I picked up some Trail Boss. I don't know how long ago now. It's been a long time, but I picked some up, and I was like, "Hey, Jamie, I got some Trail Boss." And then Jamie turns around and goes, "What, Jamie?"
Why?
No, you had many other words other than why. And those words were what?
It's the P word. It's the P word powder.
See,
Really?
I picked it up for 44 special. But it's a P word powder.
No, I'm just curious with the blue dot how far I can go down before she starts to stall.
What's the purpose, Alan? Are you shooting competition? Are you going to shoot competition with it? Because the reason I say that
there's
is
not
because
there's not really competition in my area, but part of the purpose is so that the 13 and 15-year-old can shoot it without getting beat up too hard.
Yeah, you don't want to scare them off.
absolutely.
I mean,
Also,
they shoot factory full loads, but yeah, they'll shoot maybe a full mag out of the 1911, and they're like, yeah, I absolutely love it. I don't want to shoot it no more.
well,
But they
I
also
understand
do the
if you're
same thing with full 357 loads too. So
Abigail has an interesting question out there. Jamie might be the go-to.
shotgun stuff, Abigail, stick to what your loading manuals are telling you, because shotgun's a different animal. All
Yeah.
of these published loads are tested, are field and lab tested loads that you will not get in trouble with. When you
Right.
start altering stuff in shotgun, and of course, you probably are not going to blow up a shotgun. Let's be real, you're probably not going to. But it gets overpressure really quick with shotgun because of the weight of the projectile, the weight of the load that's being sent down the bore and out into the universe. So I'd get a good loading manuals. I have um, I've got the Lyman 5th edition shot shell handbook, and I also have the ballistic products Advantage manual on its way to my house right now. So
Right. You also got issues if you put too much powder in, your wad's not going to fit in there correctly, and all kinds of other issues with crimping, and oh my God.
if the crimp is not right, in other words, if that crimp is not in there tight, solid, firm, you've got back pressure problems. It's like running your car engine with no exhaust or with your muffler torn off going down the road. Not only is it loud, you're losing that back pressure that your cylinders need to function properly up and down ways. It wears out your engine too faster. So yeah, it's just one of those things with shotguns. There's a lot of Abigail, order some from Precision Reloading or Ballistic Products. They'll send it straight to your door, everything you need. And it's okay to start with a Lee Load-All. I've got 2 of them over there. That's what I'm going to use. So
that's I had a Lee Load-All. It was an old worn out one. They didn't do too good of a job, but that's the only shotgun reloading I've done. I've used it is a whole different animal.
there's the CB.
How's it going?
So I'm wondering if Abigail, do you do any metallic reloading? If you're not doing metallic reloading, shotgun may be a great way to get started. I mean, you don't have those preconceived ideas and processes and all that stuff already ingrained into your spirit, so you can do shot shell freer, easier to learn, and all that kind of stuff. Because some of it's counterintuitive to metallic shot shell is to me.
It's definitely a process, and people have got to realize it's not always the same. So there's a lot of differences between the two.
Good way to go. Good way to go. I've heard nothing but great things about SDI.
Has anybody heard anything about ZSR ammunition?
Yeah, it's not bad stuff from what I've heard. So
Well-
some of it's got like some hard primers, but
Yeah,
other
say, the
than
only
that,
thing
it's
I've
not
heard is
bad stuff.
only thing I've heard is on the primers, and the primers are pretty hard. But other than that,
Well,
bad.
I watched 2 videos today of 308s blowing up.
Oh, that's not good.
They were sending them in to get it checked out, but it looked like overcharge issues so far. And somebody said something about possibly protruding primers. That's probably the same videos I seen.
Yeah, I've seen the stuff for bulk for cheap.
Yeah.
And it's been kind of all over the place.
I just wanted to bring it up. It was just today I seen the videos.
No, it's a good thing to bring it up. Yeah, I've only seen the primers. I ain't seen the actual ammo. And everything I've seen on the primers, they're just hard primers.
Right. Well, an AR, that's not a bad thing. Just in case.
And a counter-fire pistol is not a bad thing either. They'll be fine there. They're just not going to work very well on a striker fire.
Right.
So there's this box next to me. It's a Streamlight TLR1 high lumen. Gonna give this away tonight. Yep. Brand new in the box.
Oh, there you go, folks. I didn't know about that. Bam. So do we get a little bit more information on that, Alan, or are you gonna keep it hidden until
What I'm gonna say is that it's going to revolve around a question. It's going to revolve around a channel history, and yeah, pretty much that's it. I'm going to throw one more twist into that though. The TRL1 high lumen, it's like one of my major go-to pistol lights. It is my go-to pistol light. I've bought so many of them I can't count. And this particular one, I was just like, it's sitting on the table here. Why not?
That's awesome. What do I got? Ashtray.
So don't everybody talk at once now. What the fuck?
I
I
was
know,
going.
right?
Anybody have much experience with wolf primers? In case I see them.
I personally haven't used many wolf primers. I just don't tend to support Russia.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that.
I mean,
Good
am
one.
I going to, if that's the only thing that's ever available and I have to have it? Probably. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
So really and truly, if you've ever bought and shot any wolf ammo, you have experience with their primers. I mean, they go bang.
True.
And a little while back, they were talking about the that particular brand of ammo, and they were saying the problems with those two blown up rifles were case head space and case head separations.
Yeah, the full facts haven't come out yet on those videos, so they didn't know if it maybe was an out of battery firing or faulty ammo. So I guess we have to wait and see, kind of deal.
So Weasel, what bourbons you got back there on the shelf?
So we got a few choices back here. This one is a rye. This is the one that I did on the video from Mr. Holster here not too long ago. We have playing with the camera here, but we got the Glenlivet. And that one is one I've not tried yet. I saw that was a special reserve, so we're going to try that. This is another local company. This is a 4-year-old, which most of you guys know if I'm going to drink whiskey, I'm drinking at least a 12-year-old. So, but this is a local company, so I figured I'd give it a try because it's the same company as the rye, and the rye was pretty good. And then here not too long ago, I received 2 bitches from Pat, West Covina Dodge. So I got 2 bitches bourbon, which I have not opened yet because that's going to be on the opening video for all of this. And that one's supposed to be a rare one. That's Eureka Gold, so it's pretty rare. And then
So
we got 2 hats, both worn by Mr. Holster, and this was the original one he sent me many years ago, and this one is the one that I picked up when I went and saw Mrs. Holster.
very cool.
And we have the mug up here that he sent me, and then I have the custom sign that I had put together. And I didn't know it did all these different things, but it does all these different things. It's pretty cool. I had to fix it when I got it because they didn't do the joints right on it, so I had to bolt it together, but she's good to go now.
And you can see my custom background. Whoop, wrong way. My custom background. Well thought out.
Yeah,
more
Lead Bullet
trash.
Junkie talking about the rye out there also, but talking about that it been stuck on Wilford Reserve double oaked. And yeah, that's some good stuff, but I don't recommend drinking it with a Russian in a competition.
I was gonna say, I know someone who's got some experience with that. Shot for shot, man. Shot for shot. I mean, dude, you held up. You held up well. You did. You held up really well.
Damn it. What's your criteria, Scotsman, for a good whiskey?
That's an excellent question. For me, it's got to be, I like the smoky. I like the peaty. And generally, I like it to be an older one, something that's aged. So for me, usually it's at least 12 years.
Right on.
Because
I don't
it draws more of that flavor out and more of that peatiness and more of that smokiness.
Right. I don't have a clue. I'm not a whiskey guy. The only whiskey I've had is a couple shots of Jack Daniels and sneaking some of my dad's William Penn out of the basement. If I didn't throw up, it was good whiskey.
We got let's see, Bearded CB in the house, Big Al, Lead Bullet Junkie, Old One Guy, Tactical Fud, Tommy Boy. Yeah, I got Abigail still out there. I don't know who else. My screen all of a sudden decided to go wonky on me. Edward Petty. Yeah, could rock a few more out there, but instead, what do you say we just go ahead and give away a Streamlight? Streamlight TLR1 high lumen. It is brand new in the box. The box was opened, but it's never been mounted. So it is brand new. So for the side chat and for everybody on the lower portion is able to do this. The question is how long has Steve's woodworking channel been on YouTube? How many years has it been on YouTube? And I'm going to take the second person that gives me the correct answer.
That's kind of a trick question, though.
How many years has Steve's woodworking been on YouTube? And I'm going to take the second person that gives me the correct answer. We got a 4, we got a 14, we got a 5, we got a 9.
We
One of those numbers,
come on, folks.
35 years, that's a good possibility.
Jerry Parker.
7, 11, 8. One of those numbers is correct. We got a 6. Big L says he's right, but that's not a number. That's not a number. We've got another 7. We've got a couple 8s. We've got a 63. That's getting bearded CB at the number 9 second time. 9 years Steve's Woodworking channel has been on YouTube. CB, you got yourself a Streamlight TLR1 high lumen.
Rick.
Yeah,
Awesome.
he don't need it. He's got,
Absolutely rigged. Because Steve's Woodworking wasn't Steve's Woodworking back in the day.
Oh, yeah, but all the videos say that.
Oh, okay. Whatever. Technicalities.
yeah, we had to get off the first name because people were taking it serious, right?
Well, I was trying to advance my channel a little bit. Alan knows all about, changing names and what have you.
Well, I mean, you had the white band channel name, so what do you expect?
True.
White band, Candy show up, expect people to jump in. Well, what do you expect to happen?
I don't know. I expected girls like Gunpowder Beauty to be saying, "Hey."
Exactly. Judgy McJudgerton over here. Some of us like the white vans, especially when they offer up cupcakes and ammo. How dare you, sir? How dare you?
Accuse me of judging for making a statement. Wow. Yeah.
We like cupcakes. Yes, we do. We like cupcakes. How about you?
We had a hillbilly American join us. The American hillbilly up. How's it going?
Hey, buddy. It's going great. Sorry's a little
How are
late
you
jumping on
doing?
here. Pardon?
How are you doing?
I'm doing finer than a sliced piece of bread myself.
Well, that's a dang good day right there.
Hey, Hillbilly.
Yeah. You doing? Hey, Jamie, how you doing? Hi, everybody. Sorry I was late getting on here. I was outside trying to shoot a video. It was a nice day today, but man, that wind was just terrible, and it didn't settle down until later on this evening. So
I'm sorry, but we're going to have to dock your pay. we just can't let people drag tail in here anytime they want to, man.
I know it, man.
Seriously, though, Big Al had a question about the 357 Magnum Ruger GP100, and I went back and I can't find it, Big Al. Would you mind repeating that question?
Well,
He's all tangled up in hoses.
Oh, I thought he said horses. Damn. First of all, it's a Ruger, so it's starting off good.
I was going to say the plural of hose is hose.
Yeah, right.
If it ain't a Smith,
Okay,
I guess.
Jamie, it's fine. Don't worry, brother. It's all right.
I think if it's not a Smith, the Ruger is the next best thing. Except maybe a Colt, but who can afford a Colt?
Right. That's what I was just going to bring up. Bang for the buck.
Yeah.
That's what I got to go for.
Absolutely.
Oh, I know what one he's talking about.
It took me a minute to find it, but I got it.
I think that is an absolute gorgeous gun.
It is. I'm reminded of at that question and the Weasel's backdrop. I'm reminded of a series of videos of Mr. Holster's where he purchased himself a Ruger GP100 Match Champion. And he was not particularly happy with the accuracy of that firearm.
Hmm. Well, ask Tommy Boy. He owns one. He wrote that right when you were saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean-
I've heard good and bad. It just depends. It's kind of hit and miss with that one.
Tactical fun. Jason Stewart's the only one around here that can afford Colts.
He's too busy buying Berettas. What are you talking about? That man has more Berettas than anyone else I know.
Got more Colt 1911s than anybody else I know. And he's closing in on the Smith & Wesson revolver corner in the market.
It's a sickness, I tell you.
My only thing is I haven't got to the range with the guy yet. He's not that far from me, but I haven't got to the range with him yet. And he's got so many freaking Berettas. It's awesome. We'll make it happen here sometime soon.
Beretta is a freaking sweet gun.
He has every version you can think of, and changed triggers, and did that. He's done all. He even actually told Beretta they were wrong, and Beretta actually had to own up to the fact that they were wrong. It was awesome.
Damn. Bought so many Berettas, he's part owner of the company now.
Well, they told him it was a competition hammer when it wasn't a competition hammer. And so he made a video and let them know it wasn't, and posted it and showed it and sent it to him. And yeah, it's they listened to him. Finally, they listened to him. Because I told them if they didn't let me know, and I'd contact someone I know there and pass on the message. But no, they got right back to him and told him. So
You know that shouldn't be surprising. I mean, there's no gun companies out there making firearms these days that do not listen to their own customers and make adjustments thereof.
yeah, if you're not listening to your customer, that's an issue. So
Glock don't. There's same old. Just saying.
West Covina, I haven't opened it yet. We're gonna do a video here this week, man. So you'll see it. But the video's coming this week, and we'll open it up. But it's still sitting right there. Hasn't been opened yet.
So Steve, the only one that gets my sarcasm around here.
I'm sorry. I was distracted by a fire missile trying to freaking bite my hand off.
That's twice you've said that.
What? Fire missile or bite?
Quit pitching or somebody's going to take off with that.
I mean, Tardoc calls her a land shark, so I mean, she's got a lot of names at this point.
Hey, Jamie, have you ever heard of Starlight bourbon?
Starline bourbon?
Yeah, Starlight.
I have not.
Well, a connoisseur at my work gave me a couple of samples. This is a port barreled 106. It's got some great color to it. And Starlight's like one of his favorites right now.
What are you picking up there, man?
Surprisingly, it's got a bit of smoke in the front end of it, which is kind of amazing because the guy he's not really into smoky. And then you start getting the spice coming in right behind the smoke, but it's blended really, really well. Really, really smooth. At 106, that's really good. With just a trickle of sweet behind it.
It sounds phenomenal.
It's,
It does.
it's actually very well. Very good. Nice number.
Did you say 106 proof?
Yes.
Do a full shot and tell me what the belly feels like.
Oh, just that sip. It'll heat you up and cool you down all at the same time.
Right on.
Don't start challenging Alan with shots. He'll out-drink you all day long, dude.
Oh, I know he would me. I don't drink much. Too many Elkies in my family to take a chance.
He probably won't be sitting on the chair when he's done, but he'll out-drink you all day.
Seems to me we had an off-air chat one time when a couple of fellas I know were feeling a little, not feeling too much pain. Anywho.
Well, I think we've been in that condition numerous times on this particular show.
Time or two.
That's why it's the shit show.
I think the thing about a good drink like that is, I think where you judge good from bad is, of course, your own personal taste and whatever. But to me, back when I drank more, it was back before church and all that kind of stuff. I think what happens is if when it hits your tongue and you taste the burn, you feel the burn immediately. I think that's a cheap drink. That's not what you're after. What you're wanting is, you don't want to feel the burn until you want the belly to be the first warmth, not a burn, but a warmth, and then you want that glow coming back up. And at that point, I would call that a good whiskey, good bourbon.
That's a really good way of saying it. It's when it first hits your mouth, you should be getting nothing but flavor. You should be getting the smokiness, the peatiness, and the flavor, depending on what kind of whiskey it is, or bourbon, whichever it is. And then once it starts to go down, exactly that, you start to get that heat.
I can relate that same thing to a good hot sauce.
Yeah, I can't do hot sauce. But I love the flavor of good hot sauces.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly it. Is you want all that good flavor and tone, that smoky flavor, or you want those flavor notes. That's a perfect way to put it, Jamie. Perfect. I mean, like this, it has a little bit of the smoke, and you can tell that it was aged in a port barrel. Because then the flavor of the port starts kicking in right as the spice starts kicking in. And then as I swallowed it is when the burn started, but with the tail end of the flavor going with it. Yeah, it's a good bourbon to me has to be good timed.
Well, technically, what you're drinking is not a bourbon, unless it was aged in a new white oak barrel first and then aged in the port barrel, which that would qualify it to be a bourbon. And I want to say something to Big Al. If you're in the market for a good 357 Magnum, before you buy a GP 100, take a look at the Smith & Wesson 586s and 686s, and just check them out.
And that's exactly why you got high blood pressure, Paul. I'm curious. Exactly why.
Well, somebody's got to buy the rock gut to keep them in business.
I love my 686, Jamie.
I second the motion.
Weasel? I brought something here for you tonight to show you. My wife was over in Europe here a few months ago, and she said, "Well, what all do you want me to bring you back?" And I'm like, "Well, tell you what, I want some Irish whiskey, some Scotch, something that I can't get here in the States, something that the good old boys there like to drink." And it took her a lot of checking around and different places and people and all that, and these were the two that was recommended to her. So this one, first one, it's Slane Irish whiskey, triple cask, and then the second one that they recommended to her was this Bushmills. Zoom in there. So anyway, I've not broke the seal on either one of those yet. Just waiting for the right time, with some friends and all that stuff to try them. So I hope that they are plenty smooth and taste wonderful. But I don't know if anybody has tasted any of those or not, but yeah, I'm hoping they're good.
Alden Curious says he likes the Slane.
Yeah, I've never tried any of that.
I have seen the Bushnells before. I've tried that. It's leaning more towards the Scotch side. But yeah, it'll heat you up and cool you down all at the same time.
There's Mark Thomas. Hey, man. The thing about the Scotch, particularly hillbilly, the peated stuff, what you're looking there is Isla. The Scotsman knows far much more about this than I do, but that's going to be an acquired taste kind of thing. It's going to the untrained palate, that's going to be a smack in the face if you're not used to it.
If you're not used to an Islay type of Scotch, it will smack you in the face. It's very smoky, very peaty. It's heavy, and if you're not used to it, you're not gonna like it. It is an acquired taste. It's something that you really got to work towards if you're in the whiskey.
Well, I got a palate for moonshine, so it might not shock me too bad.
You're good for about anything with that palate.
Hallelujah.
Little diesel fuel, little gasoline, whatever.
Hey,
Where you find your liquor from, man?
you need to have some appreciation for moonshine. It does not taste like gasoline.
If you're an American, you got to love the moonshine. Let me tell you.
Absolutely.
Here in Southwest Missouri, we're allowed to make so many gallons per year for our own consumption. Yeah. And we have some great, old recipes for apple pie and a few other things too, if you like the flavored. But yeah, just when it's done right, it's pretty smooth.
Apple pie moonshine is one of the reasons.
In the driveway, also.
Apple pie moonshine is one of the reasons I married my husband.
It'll make your baby born naked, that's for sure.
I'm pretty sure moonshine's the reason why we ended up with 3 kids. So
let me explain to Steve. There's an area in this world that I live at the foot of. It's right where Tennessee, North Carolina, and Georgia all meet. And you can go from that point out about 150 miles in all directions. That is the moonshine capital of the entire civilized universe. I mean, that's where NASCAR was founded from. And when you think about hillbillies running moonshine and it turning into NASCAR, which is now, well, at one point was the largest growing spectator sport in the world, but It's fallen off a good bit. But yeah, man, you can if you know folks, you can get some pretty good moonshine up around here if that's your thing.
Right on.
All right, so I'm gonna be telling the husband we gotta make a road trip because I heard that there's a place where you can get some really good shine.
I think that's funny. You just left a state where you can make your own.
Listen, okay, I've got a basement. I can make whatever I want.
But you know, that's kind of like reloading ammunition. I mean, you can make your own better, but people ain't willing to work to do it. You know, people, especially back when I was a little kid, they'd always say stuff like, them sorry moonshiners, they don't work. They don't do nothing but make liquor and sell liquor and kill people. Not They ain't never watched a guy make none. If they think they don't work, they're in for a rude awakening because that is some hard work.
Yeah, it's not
I don't
easy.
know. I don't know anybody that's willing to walk miles into the wood carrying all this stuff to go make some shine so nobody finds out.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean moonshine, that's moonshine, hot rods, and beefed up leaf springs, in the rear. That is something that was like Jamie said, pretty much, kind of what built NASCAR started out.
That's
Well,
why it's only turn left. It's left turn, and another left turn, and another left turn.
You betcha.
that's because if you turn right, all the jars in the trunk going to go the other direction. No, seriously, Abigail said, Popcorn Sutton said making liquor was the hardest work he'd ever done. What you see on moonshiners that let's take
That ain't
some corn, let's take some sugar. That ain't moonshine. That ain't yeah. That's not what happens.
and they don't include half the work that goes into it.
No, that's all for show.
Yeah. A man falls out of the back of a pickup that many times. He ain't right. That's something you do
from
one
experience,
time.
don't you, Steve?
All them shows are stage, Abigail.
We do have our own couple of sisters out there in the great state of Iowa that make their own moonshine too, and it's the Asian moonshine, and it's awesome.
That explains a lot on that off-air live stream I was with y'all on. That explains a lot.
That's good stuff. Although she has not been able to improve on the 2018. The 2018 has been the best so far.
Vintage.
I think she's all out of the 2018. The last time I was there, I think she was on the last of it.
Bald got a cowboy pistol. Cattleman 357 from your birdie. Should have got a Taylor, man. So, Big Al said he come back from Georgia with a five gallon barrel.
Some of my family, that would only last like a month or two.
And that's only drinking on the weekends, right?
Yeah, that's the sad part.
I went to school with this boy, and he'd start as soon as we got out of work on Friday afternoons. He would drink until he threw up, and then he would pass out, and then he'd wake up and drink till he threw up, and then he'd pass out, get up, drank till he threw up, passed out all weekend long. It's about a 4-hour cycle there, you know.
Oh my goodness. You're a marathon drinker.
Well, he had to stop in time to be at work on Monday morning, but smoked a lot of cigarettes, drank a lot of liquor, hard liquor, and he's no longer with us. And
No.
Quite the combination.
yeah,
Back in the day, that's what we used to do. Me and my buddy, man, we'd go to a concert and we'd start at 7 a.m. in the morning, roll out of bed, and crack one and keep going all day long, all night long, all through the next morning. And it'd be 3, 4 o'clock in the morning before we got home again.
Mm-hmm. I want to say something to Bald. I'm curious. I don't know if you read the directions on that Cattleman 357. You're supposed to be able to. You're supposed to own a horse before you buy one of those, buddy.
He owns a
They've got 'em.
backhoe. Does that count?
yeah, they've got them all over New York, so that ought to be easy for him to get one. So I think cowboy action shooting is going to be fun. I think that's what I'm going to try to get into.
Right on. Speaking of New York, have you heard their new scam they got running? A-holes. So you can't get a carry license without training. They're going to the live fire training schools and arresting people for shooting a gun without a license and arresting the instructors.
Sounds about right. I did see that a judge in Illinois ruled the fact that they're telling you can't carry your own firearm and or make your own ammunition and stuff illegal. But we'll see how far that goes.
Right.
It is Illinois we're talking about, so we'll see how far that actually goes.
Yeah. A lot of sheriffs are bucking the system out there in that state. Thank goodness.
Yeah, I saw a thing earlier about that, about how they said it's illegal to tell them that you can't carry your own gun, you have to have a permit and all this and the rest of it about making your own ammo and so on and so forth. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out.
Well, most of those policemen, I assume, take an oath that they're sworn to uphold the Constitution. So,
the last I seen, they have like 90 counties telling them to, and I think they only have like 102 counties in Illinois, 102 or 120. So that's a pretty good percentage if they can uphold it and dig in and,
Right. I need to call El Tanda and talk to him and see what's going on. He'll have the in on all of what's going on. So,
what state has the most counties in the country?
Not a clue.
Georgia, 151. You know what the largest geographical state in the Union is east of the Mississippi River?
Oh, well, that just took it right out of my mouth. Georgia?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. You need my address for that stream light?
I got your address.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Gunpowder's got your package.
Well, that is just some cowardice shit. Ultimately, yeah, you got law-abiding citizens that are trying to go out and get the required training, and so because they're going through the training, then they're violating the law. They're trying to obtain. I mean, that's some really cowardice bullshit crap that some things just don't need to be fucked with, and that's one of them. If you're going to require a training, allow the training to fucking happen.
Yeah.
If you don't allow the training to happen, then you're denying the right.
Well,
You're denying the right, then you're in violation of the Constitution. Go eat a bowl of dicks.
big bowl of dicks, full bowl.
So Bald asked me a question. I would guess New York.
God dang, 254 counties in Texas. Holy shiznick.
And they're not
Wait,
small.
what happened in Texas?
254
254
counties.
counties. Yeah, I was actually paying attention, he say, in my 7th grade Georgia history class.
Rick. I'm too poor to pay attention.
Big Al still hates them. That's a Oklahoma, Texas thing.
I'm just gonna sit over here in the corner and be quiet.
Why?
Yeah, don't do that.
Texas ain't what it used to be, though. And Californians are moving in there by the droves.
Listen,
And
okay, I keep hearing that, and that's why I'm thankful I got out in 2018.
Yeah. Just
Well,
stay away
yeah.
from the west side and the ocean edge.
Yeah, as long as you stay away from Houston, Galveston, Corpus Christi,
All the used to be fun towns.
even San Antonio has become very trying to think of a really nice way to phrase it, but a bunch of dumbasses. So I'm just glad I left in 2018.
You ain't got to be nice on this, Joe. You know that. Don't sugarcoat
I
it.
know, but I don't want somebody hearing me on here and then banning me on mine.
Don't sugarcoat nothing around here. You know better.
Well, I can't sugarcoat nothing. My name ain't Willy Wonka. That's not in my deal.
Yeah, Ozzy, that's what I was talking about, and they were talking about the licenses and all the rest of it too. There was a bunch of stuff involved in that, so we'll see how it plays out. But I'm not expecting much. It is Illinois after all.
I got a fun fact for you, Jamie. Our lake here in southwest Missouri, Table Rock Lake, it's got 745 miles of shoreline. It's longer the distance than California has ocean. More miles.
That is a fun fact. Lots of fishing there, huh?
Oh, man. Beautiful and a lot of great fishing.
That's a lot of blocks to cover in a day.
Well, I don't think that can be done in a day and fish it right.
I live on a little 80-acre lake, and to fish all the docks and the shoreline, it was an all-day affair to make it all the way around.
Yeah, I believe it's over 40,000 acres is what it total is. We have I don't know how many fishing tournaments every weekend down here.
You ever heard of Lake Eufaula?
No, I haven't.
That's the self-proclaimed largemouth bass fishing capital of the world, right across the Georgia line. They've had a couple of Bassmaster Classics there, and then you got Lake West Point, which is just right on the Georgia-Alabama line. You got Lake Hartwell that's on the Georgia-South Carolina border. And we got a pretty good bit of fishing. Every Friday I get a report from DNR because I buy the Sportsman Combo hunting license every year. Not that I fish or anything like that. I just want to support wildlife. So every Friday I get an email telling me where they stock the trout that day.
Ooh.
But these trout, they're not worth. I mean, there'll be a few keepers. Most of them are what just barely past fingerlings in my mind.
Right. It's nothing like a frying pan full of 10-inch trout for breakfast. So those little ones are sweet.
They are.
And if you want to see some good fishing videos and some good catches, check out Georgia Boy 44.
Yeah. Big Al's dissing on my state here. Lake West Point is half in Georgia. And, actually, I think it's more in Georgia than it is Alabama. Some of it goes, and see that gets tricky. What do you do? You're out on a lake like that. There's no line drawn. I got Georgia license, but I don't have Alabama license. Where do I stop?
You think that's bad? Go fishing in the Great Lakes where you could motorboat it, across the border and get picked up.
Well, around here, because our lake does go into Arkansas some, we can get a license that will cover. It's called like Riverway, and so Arkansas can do the same thing, and it costs a little bit more than your standard fishing license, but it don't give me, if I buy that, it don't give me the right to fish all over Arkansas, just the riverways that connect Missouri and Arkansas. So that's
Cool.
something they did about 10 years ago, and it's been really nice.
That's actually a good thing.
Yeah, it is a good thing. Now Bald is beating up on Georgia.
We got Bulldog out there. Good to see you, man. I talked to him the other day. I haven't talked to him in a while. It was good to talk to him.
Yeah, he came on the after chat not too long ago. He looked like he's feeling pretty good. It's always good to share time with Senior Master Sergeant Bulldog.
Absolutely.
Jamie, have you done any work on your 350 Legend?
As in?
Getting some good loads for deer hunting and stuff, accurate?
I'm in the midst of testing that.
Right on.
I got one really good one, but I can't reproduce it. 50 yards was a clover leaf. But that barrel's gone. That was in the 358 barrel, and there's a long story. And
Gotcha.
I can't get that bullet to chamber in the new barrel that I have.
Too long?
Too big around.
Got you.
The previous barrel was a 358 barrel, and the new one I got is a legitimate 350 Legend barrel. It's 355.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that was a 200 grain round nose too, man. It was an awesome bullet, and the load shot absolutely. I mean, dead on, man. But I'll get there. I've got a mold now that it's MP mold, the 359 hammer. I got different hollow point pins for. So I'm going to try to get that one going, plus that RCBS. I think it's 358 411 200 grain round nose. See if I got one handy. I don't.
Big Al, I've not seen that yet. I'll have to look and see. I'll do some research on it.
Big Al comes up with some zingers. That gives whole new meaning to reverse cowboy, doesn't it, Big Al?
If you've never talked to Big Al on the phone, he's a good dude, man. He's
Oh,
solid.
he is.
He's a
Watch.
hoot, not just on here on YouTube. He's a hoot in real life, on the phone and everything. He's a good dude.
Right on. Cool. I got a little something I was going to drop in the mail for him too. I got to get on it. I told him not to hold his breath. It takes me a minute. Don't you be laughing?
Well, if you're like me, you got to put the entire roll of tape on the box before you mail it out because I don't trust the postal service. So
Yeah. Armor plating, extra tape, some ratchet straps.
I make you work for it. So Alan, what you got coming up, man? You got nothing coming up and going on? I know you've been staying busy. I know you've had a little bit of issues here and there, but what you got going on, man?
Yeah, I have. I've had a little bit of some medical going on and whatnot, but
Well, that's
but one of my, I'm still, I just keep bouncing back and forth on suppressors, and then I find a different model that I'm interested in, and I have not yet to be able to make up my mind um on what I want to put on the 320AX GBS. I just keep bouncing back and forth and back and forth. It doesn't help that that the like most of the places that I would buy from, where I can go in and I can use the kiosk to file all my paperwork and whatnot. They're only open during the week. They're not open at all on the weekends. And I'm like, what the hell, guys? The people that work for a living typically work all week and sometimes on the weekend.
right.
So, who the hell are you selling this shit to? But yeah, I've been just researching the hell out of suppressors as of late.
So, what have you been looking at in particular? Anything in particular?
Everywhere from silencer code to ruggeds to dead airs. Of course, I want to stay made in the U.S., which surprisingly isn't that difficult when it comes to the suppressor lines. There's quite a bit of number of suppressors that are made in the U.S. But in that is part of my problem. I actually have choices. I don't want to end up with something that's too long. I don't want something that's too fat. I don't want something that's not going to get below 130 decibels.
And we have the one and only AllenBePro showing up to join us. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah, you might want to wake up for this.
So you're not into the good old fashioned put a pillow over the end of the muzzle kind of thing?
No,
not good enough for you anymore.
No, it just isn't. As I get older, the tendonitis is already so damn bad that I kind of, if I have to use it indoors, I don't want to go completely deaf.
What?
Yeah, I don't like the idea of having to pay the crown for being able to use a muffler on something that's loud, but it is what it is.
That's strange. They give you a ticket if your car is loud, but they allow you to get a muffler without a tax stamp.
And they
Yeah, but
usually
driving isn't right.
they usually hit you pretty hard.
Steve, you shooting 350 Legend?
Yeah, I haven't. It's brand new. I shot a couple factory rounds out of it. I haven't even sighted in the scope yet, so I'm damn near a virgin on it. But I absolutely love that gun.
Is it a bolt gun or is it a AR?
AR platform.
Okay. Here's some bullets I got from American Reloading. Now these are pull downs. Are you familiar with American Reloading?
No, I'm not.
You need to check them out. They take stuff apart, take loaded rounds apart, and sell the components. So it's easy to get already primed brass. You can buy powder in bulk, 4, 8, 16, 32-pound jugs or barrels.
Nice.
This bullet right here, where am I? This is a Federal Fusion 160 grain
Right on.
soft point, excellent hunting bullet. I'm going to get those going. And this is my cast bullet. This is the 359 Hammer from MP Molds. And it's almost like a soup can.
Yeah, that looks like a hammer. Good name.
And of course, that one's got the Penta hollow point.
It's so pretty.
Right?
Gas checked.
That
That
damn near matches gunpowder hair.
I know, right?
That's Ford dark blue from Eastwood. If you're interested in that powder coat.
There you go, gunpowder. One more permanent dye job.
Hey, don't play. I'm about to sit there and tell Tardot, listen, I need my ammo to match my hair. I have to accessorize.
Hey, it's a girl's world.
Get you a pair of shoes and match that too. You can't beat
I
that.
like the way you think. Oh my gosh.
Heck, listen to you talk. I think we might be related.
I was going to say,
Listen,
you
I was
two
gonna
ain't
say
too far
it, but
apart.
I didn't want to assume.
Oh, boy.
Tommy Boy is saying stay away from little gun. I use little gun in shotguns, but I won't use it in 350 Legend. I like so far my favorite powder is either
Wait, pause there. You got to go back to the little gun and tell me why not. Because they recommended that for my 30 carbine, I believe.
it's a shotgun powder. It's formulated for 410 shotgun, and I think that's its best purpose. I think it's too fast, and of course Tommy Boyle, it burns up too fast. Tommy Boyle, correct me if
Right
I'm
on.
wrong, but I like H110 and 4227 for 350 Legend. I think I like the H110 better. I seem to get a little bit more velocity with H110, and
Good. I have some of that. Oh, I cannot wait to go north. I will be having and building my own gun range.
see Tommy Boy's comment.
The CW one.
Yeah, me and CW shot a bunch of of little gun. It's
All right.
just two.
7 and H110. Cool.
I think if I remember, and I don't have my data in front of me, very sensitive. There you go.
Yep.
So when it's hot outside, you're going to get overpressure.
Right on.
So
I tend to stay away from the top end of speed anyhow, but I have noticed that with certain powders shooting in the fall and shooting in the summer. It's like, holy crap.
yeah.
Big difference.
If I remember, my results were I got better groups with 4227, but I got more velocity and more power with H110.
Right on.
And see, I'm like you. I don't never go. I might creep up to max in the book, but I'll never go over max.
When I get to the top with every rifle I reload for, I start having accuracy issues. So I back it down a little bit.
Not me, man. It seems like, particularly on your bigger cases, like 30-06 and 270 Winchester, it seems to me like on those two rounds in particular, the closer I get to max, the more accuracy I'm getting. Particularly with 4064, which is my favorite powder for both of those.
That's all I've ever used on my OT6. I think that is the 30-06 and the 44 mag were the first two I started reloading when I lived down south.
Where did you live down south?
Downtown New Orleans.
It don't get much souther than that.
No, you get your feet wet, you go any more south, which I did.
I love New Orleans. I love those people in Louisiana. We've been over there several times on mission trips to help rebuild after hurricanes.
Best dang food ever.
I miss it. That's the only thing I miss.
I've had some good food in Louisiana, man.
Yep. Oh, and the bullfrogs are about 1.5 feet from one end to the other.
I had to sit there and learn how to make gumbo. As soon as we were in Texas, I had a friend that was from New Orleans. She taught me how to make gumbo. So now, no matter what state I move in, I can at least have good gumbo.
Right on.
Yeah. When I went out there for a week for training for my old job, and it's funny. It was training for something I already knew how to do, but I just basically spent the entire week eating good food on the company dollar. So, and good gumbo for sure. And oh man, shrimp, crab, freaking lobster, you name it, dude.
Man, I had some good gumbo last Wednesday for lunch. My daughter bought it for me, and I don't even know where she got it. But you're talking about Bulldog territory. Senior Master Sergeant Bulldog, that's where he lives.
Right on.
All this food talk, y'all make me hungry.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in New Orleans, you got to go to Cafe Du Monde. You got to have some beignets in Cafe LA.
Yeah, but that's not the real stuff. That's a tourist stuff. The beignets are good. That coffee, damn.
That's good coffee, man.
I did a lot of commercial work when I lived there in shopping malls and stuff like that, right down around the French Quarter. And them poor tourists in there shitting their brains out from that coffee, and they couldn't handle it.
It's the chicory, man.
Yeah.
But at least none of those tourists were a bunch of constipated assholes. That's why they do it.
My granddad taught me when I was a young boy, if you eat regular and you poop regular, you'll feel regular.
That's right. And live longer.
Absolutely. Tommy Boy said they drove from Iowa to Louisiana just to eat Creole food.
I miss the food. Any different town you go.
That brings up a good question for everyone. So, what is one of the best places you've been to eat food? One of the best places I've been, I had the best burger I ever ate was in Oregon, and it was in Bend, Oregon, and that was elk burger and one of the best burgers I ever ate.
Right on. I'd have to say, in general, all in all, probably New Orleans.
The best. See, there's a difference, and Bulldog will tell you he grew up in River Ridge, Harahana,
Right on.
on the North Shore, if you know where that is.
I
There's a
think-
difference between Creole and Cajun. That's two total different cuisines.
And there's
But,
also a difference between real New Orleans food and the stuff they feed the tourists.
Absolutely. You can go the best Cajun food I ever had was just up the street. It was in the French Quarter, just up the street from you're standing in Jackson Square and you're looking at St. Paul's Cathedral right there, and there's a street on the left that runs up toward Bourbon Street.
Yeah.
I don't know the name of that street, but you can walk up there less than 2 blocks, and there's a little cafe on a corner called the Creole Shop. That's good eating. If you're ever in New Orleans, go to the Creole Shop. And then when you get done, go to Cafe Du Monde, have beignets and coffee, and
then find a bathroom.
then find a bathroom. The best steak I ever had was in a place called Saltgrass around the Houston area. I don't remember exactly what little town it was, but that was one of the best steaks I ever had that I remember.
I don't know. The best food I've ever had, I've always found it's better in like the mom and pop places, not these
There you
like
go.
chain places.
Yeah.
The best barbecue I ever had in my life was in Oak Cliff, Texas. And for some people, they're like, oh, Oak Cliff's sketchy. It could be. But listen, when you get barbecue like that, you don't mind going to that area because they give you the styrofoam container and they can't even close the lid on it because it's packed full with barbecue and sausage and this big potato where you think there's like a pound of butter and a pound of cheese and everything else. Oh my God, it was so great.
All right, let me address a comment here. In the New Girl, Thorzak's gunpowder is not new. Gunpowder's been here way before you, brother. She's been around, man, and she's been with us on this channel for a long time.
Been a couple of years.
What's up, Thor?
Barnaby nailed it. The best barbecue is what you cook because you cook it the way you like it and the way you want it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a pretty good answer right there.
I don't. Sometimes sitting down and having somebody bring you something ups the flavor by about 2 points.
I do have to agree because when I don't have to do the dishes, that gets you 10 points right there on flavor.
So long as the service is good. If the service is bad, it turns everything sour.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, this is a tough question because there's several of them for me. One of them is just outside of Miami, Florida, in Hialeah. There's a food truck that come around that I don't even know what the meat was in the sandwich.
You don't even care.
It was so good. I mean, you literally, just dang near eat the wrapper that was in, after he's done with the sandwich.
Right.
I love Louisiana. Their Cajun and all that stuff there. It's great. But then probably some of the best seafood I've ever had, believe it or not, has been in Mobile, Alabama. And I still like Kansas City barbecue, but then I also like Texas barbecue. So, I mean, there's so many great places out there. And I mean, don't even get me started on pizza. So,
Dreamland Barbecue in Tuscaloosa, Alabama is a good place.
Whatever you do, and I'll throw this out there, and Alan will stand right beside me when I say this. Do not ever take Bearded CB82's recommendations on anything as far as food goes. Period.
Unless you want to end up in some yuppie dink restaurant where there is absolutely no service and you have to order with your phone and then go get your own food when it's done. Nah, don't do it.
Right.
Yeah, he's failed us multiple times on recommendations on food. It's not good. We love you, man, but your food recommendations suck.
That's like eating. I got so spoiled on seafood when I lived in New Orleans, I can't even eat it up here at a restaurant. It's like, ugh, not even close. I mean, we used to go get a bushel of crabs right off the boat and only hand the guy 10 or 15 bucks for a whole bushel of crabs.
Some of the best seafood I've had was actually in California, but I was fishing right off the wharf.
Yep.
And when you're right there on the edge, and it was just a small little shop inside the I don't know what the hell they call it. They had multiple stores in there, but it wasn't like a mall or anything like that. But it was multiple stores in there, but they had a little small fish shop in there. And I tell you, man, some of the best clam chowder I ever ate in my life.
yeah, and that like Key West, you can go over actually where all the boats come in, and you can just buy it right from the fisherman, like you was talking about, and take it back.
Back in October, we went to Panama City Beach, and coming back, they have those little shacks where they sell the seafood. Just come in, man. You can't buy that stuff no more down there. I mean, it's ridiculous. I remember mid-90s being able to buy jumbo shrimp for what, $4 or $5 a pound, and the more you bought, the cheaper it got.
Yep.
Now it's like, it seemed like it was $20 or $25 a pound for shrimp.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, the jumbo shrimp up here that you can get out of the grocery store or wherever, we used to use for bait.
Right. Catch redfish and speckled trout on it.
Speckled trout, yep.
All right, Gizzard Gary. I'm gonna have
You know
to.
what? That's one. That is one, Gizzard Gary.
I'm gonna have to address this comment. Man, I'm more likely to take advice on how to eat sushi from a woman than from you. Just telling you.
It was one of those late night chats, and late night chat shenanigans can happen. But I'm telling you, that's one, Gizzard. That's one.
You get your sushi from the gas station up the street.
No.
That's something you never want to buy from a gas station is tuna sandwiches and sushi.
I'm brave, but I ain't that brave.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, roller food at gas stations is a no-go for me.
Better also stick to your beef jerky and Mountain Dew or something.
Right. Walter Davis just got me cracking up. So, got a friend whose idea of fine dining dogs won't eat. They were working on a warehouse. He had gas so bad we had to leave early one time. Remember, folks, you are what you eat. So make life good.
That kind of brings new meaning to the Golden Arches then.
I can't eat there no more.
I can't either.
It's bad, especially their fries. The government approved that new artificial oil they're cooking them in. It don't like me at all.
Yeah, I've always liked McDonald's off and on, my entire life. And it seems like every now and then, if we do get it, like I get a terrible stomach ache. I don't know what it is.
I researched it, and about the time I had to quit eating it for explosive reasons, without going into detail, they got this new oil approved. Aw,
Looky there.
that's not fair.
Buzz
Oh.
Lightyear.
Goodness.
To infinity and beyond, buddy.
Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy.
Hey, Gunpowder, you have figured out what the heck causes those to happen, right?
That
Yeah.
moonshine.
Moonshine and having a lumber snack for a husband. It happens every time. You marry a lumber snack, you're bound to have some fornication trophies, okay? It's just gonna happen.
I thought it was tequila you were allergic to.
No, I'm allergic to moonshine. I drink it and I swell up for 9 months. But now I don't have to worry about it. I can drink all the moonshine I want. I ain't having no more fornication trophies. So we all good now.
Hey, it ain't fornication. If you're licensed, you have a license, so that no longer becomes fornication. Find you another word, dear. But yeah, it's that's one of the things I liked about old Popcorn Sutton. He said, "Now I can make loving whiskey or I can make fighting whiskey. Which kind do you want?"
All right, we're going to start going through the room. Getting about that time. I do got to get ready to go to work. So, that lovely night shift stuff. Hillbilly, what you got, man?
Oh man! First of all, I want to thank you for having me on here. I appreciate it. I mean, I always have a blast on here. Actually, I just released a video this evening. Had to do with the cost of eggs and how if you raise your own chickens and stuff, that eggflation don't bother you too much. And of course, we got some other stuff coming up. I just recently got the new High Point JXP 10 millimeter pistol, so I'll be making some videos about that. And then, of course, we have a Saturday night show, Guns, Beer, and Therapy. And so we just always try to have a good time on there. So everybody's always welcome.
Awesome, man. Good to have you. You're always a hoot to have. So good to have you on, man. Appreciate you. Gunpowder, what you got?
I won't have much going on. I've got this hell house renovation that is, just draining my bank account. But other than that, thank you for sending me a link, and it's been a great show.
I think we need to walk through that new house.
I will eventually do a video. I just need to have it all done of a before and after, so everyone sees the amount of hell I went through with this thing.
You went through or Cardo went through?
Oh no, this is mostly a gunpowder thing, not a Tardot thing.
Okay. All right. Good deal. Good deal. That's awesome. Jamie, what you got, man?
Thanks for having me, brother. Fun time as always on a Sunday night. I got a video I'm working on about that Rio 4570 Rossi thing. We'll compare it to a Marlin 336 and see how it compares. And I got another one I'm planning out starting to do the work on. So Friday night, Georgia Shooting Connection, 8 p.m. Come join us if you can. Y'all guys have a great week.
Awesome. Well, it's good having you. Steve, what you got, dude?
Hopefully, well, actually, first of all, thank you for the link. I don't get to get on here very often because, you should do a lot more of these, just saying. I know you're pressed for time, but you know, we all need it.
We've
should
been
have-
slacking.
I should have a lot of stuff coming up. I hope I have a lathe video coming up shortly. And we are now in the midst of ordering all our self-reliance apparatus, such as canning boilers and vacuum sealers and all kinds of homesteading crap. So chickens are coming in the future. And I think I'm going to put on there building my own rifle range. So hopefully up and far and beyond, as long as YouTube lets me.
Awesome, man. Good deal. Good having you on. And yeah, we've been slacking, man. We had a couple of weeks off and here and there. And Alan's had some issues. I've had some issues back and forth. So it's, you know, we apologize for that for sure. But we try to be here as much as we can. But,
right on.
You know, life happens, unfortunately, sometimes. So with that being said, thank you, Alan, for this awesome hoodie.
Cool.
Just so you know, I'm not the coordinator of the shit show. This guy is right here. And you have to check out the other channel to see the upcoming videos. But there'll be at least one every week coming up for all of this back here in honor of our good friend, Mr. Holster. So make sure you check those out. Other than that, Alan, take a stop, brother.
Oh man, it was good to be on this week. I've been kind of jonesing for a little bit, but thank you everybody that came in. Congratulations, Spirited CB, on getting yourself a light. I'll get that to you in one way or another. And I have like 278 hours of video that I need to edit, and it's probably going to get edited down to about 3 seconds. So I'm probably not even going to bother uploading it. So keep your magazines loaded and one in the chamber. Woo!